Snappers, this is episode 11 of the Talk Gaming Podcast. I had to think about that for a second. We're back again. We got the full lineup today. We'll start off with the Seventh Sword.
How's it going, everybody?
Back, fresh from whatever he was doing from illness from last week's, and going back to work tomorrow finally. It's been out for a while. Rough days, huh?
Rich, you should tell us what you've been doing since you were gone.
What you been doing, Rich?
A lot of sleeping.
Okay.
Lying down.
Yeah, where were you sick from?
I had fever and I was throwing up and body aches. There you go. Now the world knows.
No, you don't have to tell us everything.
Yeah,
Jeez.
nope, gotta tell everything.
No, I meant in video game.
Two things I've been doing, actually. I've been playing some Dark Souls with Bob here.
Yeah.
And I've started to polish up my skills in Smash Brothers.
Oh,
On Wii?
Starting, actually, I
Or
have...
3DS? Or no, what am I thinking of?
I'm playing it on an emulator right now, currently. I'm going to be playing Melee and Project M in order to get ready for the 3DS and Wii U version of Smash
he's in
Bros.
training, dude. He's
training,
rising
man.
up.
And I'm going to be
Eye of the
posting...
tiger.
Like the Dota 2 players and shit.
Yeah, I'm going to be posting videos on YouTube, so if you guys are interested in that, you guys can always watch that. Do a lot of 1v1s, 1v2s, and eventually 1v3s is what I want to try.
Online or what?
I'm going to be doing PCs, and if anyone wants to actually, meet up and play Smash, I'm down for that too.
That's a challenge. That's a formal challenge, dude. Anybody want to meet up, get their ass kicked? It's give me a call.
That's not what I said.
Well, you
said it. You
my
sugarcoated it. Yeah. Bob, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Dark Souls as well. Now, this is my first time. I have my strategy guide named Rich, the Seventh Sword Red, one playing with me, so it's going pretty good. We're having a good time. It's like a good bond. I think that's where we really bonded, though. Dark Souls 2.
Dark Souls 2.
We had this good bond, and now we're going back in Dark Souls 1.
Makes you stick together.
Yes.
Camaraderie.
No, it's good. Oh, it's brutal, though. Like, playing Dark Souls 2 compared to Dark Souls 1, definitely Dark Souls 2, in my opinion, is a lot easier.
J-Bone, PS4 man over here.
Hey, I got one more, and Destiny.
Oh, yeah, I played the Destiny beta, too. We'll talk about
Played the
that,
Destiny
though.
beta, which we're all going to talk about.
Everybody's
other
played
than
beta.
J-Bone.
Yeah, we'll get into the Destiny beta. J-Bone, what have you been playing?
I went to the Dells Friday, Saturday, got back Sunday, didn't play anything.
So you're playing a state of Wisconsin.
Strapped for cash. But when I got back, I was playing a lot of Watch Dogs. I got a lot of Watch Dogs time in and stuff like that. Just trying
Getting ready to buy it and play it again, huh?
for
PS4?
Watch Dogs.
Oh, sorry.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
You're thinking of Last of Us?
I'm thinking Last of Us.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get in that. No, I've been playing Watch Dogs and stuff like that. I downloaded. Bob gave me a beta code for Destiny, and like, man, those servers are just overloaded. I finally got into it. Finally downloaded it. Finally installed it. Wanted to go play it, and it was down for maintenance for like the days that I wanted, the 21st and the 22nd. So what's the date? The 22nd? Whatever.
Yeah. Tomorrow's the 23rd. It should be back up.
Yeah, and it should be back up. So I might.
They said they're up now.
Yeah, it's up now, so it should be like ready to go. So that's what I've been doing.
I just been playing Destiny. I beat the beta, I guess you could say. The
You
multiplayer's being weird. I don't know if it's everybody's doing it, but when I play the multiplayer, the characters lag all over the place.
Did you
It's
go to
impossible
Zone
play.
A? Was your Zone A
Zone
captured?
A captured.
Oh no.
Which,
Good spot.
Bungie always has like the coolest announcers.
I don't like that announcer. I hate that.
Oh,
announcer.
really?
He's so like, oh, Zone A is under attack.
Are you talking about
no.
the actor?
Oh no.
No. There's a new guy. What they're talking about?
Peter
the
Dinklage, I'm thinking.
I don't know.
No,
the
Peter
guy's
Dinklage
name.
is
It's
fine,
this British guy
whatever.
in the multiplayer that is different, and I guess I didn't really care until Rich brought it up, and I don't think I'm a big fan of him. I really don't.
I wouldn't follow him in a
You
battle.
want
Would you?
you want the Halo
hey,
guy back?
Hey, chap, go to Zone A for me, would you?
What do you want the other guy back? Overkill.
Yes.
Slayer.
That's way better.
That was awesome, dude.
Why would they should just made Peter Dinklage the announcer for the
Capture
battle
the
matches?
flag.
Have you guys
That guy was
been able to play multiplayer?
No, because it doesn't work for me.
I played it the first day when I got it, and it worked well, and I liked it. I mean, it just doesn't have that much stuff yet, but I really like that you get to use your character. Like
the PvP, it's weird how it works. Like I thought when I first saw and played like the first 5 minutes of the alpha really quick.
You hated
when my
it.
friend was over, I hated it because it was like it felt like Borderlands because all he had me do was just run around Earth and just shoot like guys, and I didn't have an objective. So I was like, dude, they keep respawning. This is freaking Borderlands and it feels like Halo. But then I got into it and I started playing more, and I was like, okay, this feels like Borderlands, but it feels more like Halo than it does Borderlands, especially the PvP.
It is Halo Lands.
Yeah, it's Halo Lands, and the PvP is straight up Halo Reach, man. Like,
There's a little bit of Guild Wars in
yeah,
there.
and it's awesome. Yeah.
It's definitely gonna have a lot of stuff to it, and you know it's gonna be. It's a huge AAA game. There's gonna be so much stuff like Halo Reach. In Halo Reach, there's so much stuff to do in Halo Reach.
And they didn't want to make Halo Reach. They just made it because they had to.
And
they want to make.
And
this
they did
game.
a good job. They did a good job with like adding so much stuff. They had the firefight. They had the horde modes. They had multiplayer, which they had different like combo sets where you could do jetpacks, which are added into Destiny, and they do a really good job with them if you tried them out.
You know what else I've been playing?
What?
The Crew.
Ooh.
Hear that,
I
beat?
haven't played the Crew yet.
Yeah, how was that on the PC beta?
I hated it.
Okay.
Well, well, you can't hate it.
There's things I don't. I hate it because I was really excited to play it. I downloaded it. It took like 2.5 hours to download.
Damn.
And then I finally fired it up, and there's some weird glitch going on, and it's on the forums and everything, where you can't shift past third gear. And when they start you out in the beta, you start by getting chased by like 16 cop cars in like the shitty truck, and you're going off road, and you got to cross 3 checkpoints before you hit the finish line, and you're timed. So you're timed between each checkpoint. You get like 20 seconds every time you hit a checkpoint. And since I can't shift past gear 3, I'll get to like the last checkpoint and then almost the finish line and fail a mission because I can't shift and go faster. So it's nothing.
Sounds like some ride to hell bullshit,
Yeah,
dude. Going on.
seriously. And not only that,
It's
like
a beta.
that's I know exactly. Wait, that's not the reason I don't like it. That's the reason I hate it. The reason I don't like it, and the reason I'm just kind of like right now is because it looks like, I know it's a beta, but it looks like Watch Dogs graphically, which isn't bad.
It's not
but
bad
it
if it's
isn't-
the beta.
It's an amazing.
Watch
There's a
Dogs.
lot of low res stuff in the background, but it's a beta.
Pop-ins, a lot of bad
And
pop-ins on
the
it for
driving
Probably.
is floaty.
Floaty
The driving,
driving?
the driving
No way.
is bad.
Well, I mean, it's a
like,
driving game. It
it's-
should be floating, right? I mean,
No.
it's a joke. Jeez.
The driving, you just
Bob's
float
never
around.
played a video
There's
game
stuff.
before.
There's other cars driving on the roads, and like there's like big tractors and like things and like whatever you call them in the cornfields with like the huge rollers. Where they
Yeah.
suck the
Thresher?
rollers up. Yeah, threshers. And when you crash into
Wait,
like
wait,
when you
Thresher
crash
too?
into non-play like NPCs, that aren't cops chasing you.
Yeah.
There's like no damage. There's no like sparks. It's just kind of like a boom, like bumper cars.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's like ride to hell.
Yeah, and you're just like,
Stop
what the
saying
hell?
that word.
Stop it.
I
You
drove
can't-
straight into a combine that was in a cornfield, and I just went boop and like bounced off it, and
Fly
there was no
off to
animation.
the right and
The
explode.
thing didn't move. Yeah, fly off to the right and explode.
Oh, God.
And it was bad, dude. And I was like, really?
Holy
Wow.
crap.
The combine didn't even move. It didn't even react. It just kept going.
I gotta
Nothing.
see this shit, dude. In
Yeah, dude.
action. Oh my gosh, I was so
Wait,
excited for
but
that
it's,
game
it's
too.
an Ubi. Wait, no, the Ubisoft game makes the Crew,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or Ubisoft makes the
Same
Crew.
people that made Watch Dogs, dude. It's got Watch Dogs fever all over it.
Then it has to. I mean, it's Ubisoft. They always at least release high quality working games. I've never.
We'll see when they fix that stupid
What?
glitch with the shifter.
Huh? At
Yeah.
least the games work, like mechanically. This one sounds like it just doesn't work.
Assassin's Creed.
It works.
3.
Oh!
Assassin's Creed 3 works. Just because it's a terrible game doesn't mean it doesn't work.
It didn't work.
Dude, I couldn't
Works for
play.
me.
I couldn't play AC3. You know what I did? I bought AC3, and I got to the part where you're still in the beginning, the British guy, and he meets up with the Indian lady, like Pocahontas type thing. And all of a sudden, like I was like, okay, I'm starting to get into this. Like I can see where this is going. Huh? Saved the game. Went to bed. Next day, I went to go start it up. My whole file was deleted. I don't know if it was a. I've never had that happen before in any other
On
game.
your PS3?
On my PS3, I've never had a PS3 game. I don't know if it was
It's-
if it was a.
I mean, obviously,
That
there's
game was
issues
broken.
with every single
Yeah.
game.
That game was
everything,
buggier
but-
than any game that I've ever played. To be honest,
Bound by Flame.
it was not even close.
That game is
Not
really
even
buggy.
close.
But anyway.
Not even close. The next, we're gonna move on to the next topic. It is
Speaking
sexism.
of Assassin's
Oh,
Creed.
I was moving on.
Yeah, but speaking of Assassin's Creed,
You gotta let me
they
tell
don't,
them what
they don't like
know.
having female characters, do they, Bob?
But
No.
you didn't let me say that. Our next topic is that we're gonna talk about sexism in video games. So now,
I was
Rich,
trying to do a segue.
I was
segue.
segueing. I was doing the segueing thing.
Shouldn't you let me take it?
No, I didn't know you were gonna do it. We're all lost. Okay, so sexism in video games. What do you think, J-Bone?
Oh man, I gotta
What do you-
fire this out. Sexism in video games. I mean, I've never really even thought about it because, like,
'Cause you're a
I
man.
played Tomb Raider. I liked it. I played The Last of Us. Spoiler, Ellie. I enjoyed that. Like, I like playing as guys or girls. I mean, look at Metroid Prime. You
Tomb
play
Raider.
You play Metroid Prime.
Metroid in general, yeah.
In general, you play as Samus.
One of my favorite
And,
franchises of all time.
You know,
The reason I
Well, but that's not. Okay.
I know it's not sexism, but it's like it's sexism in video games. Like when it happens, like I don't really care. Like, yeah, Grand Theft Auto, like, it's funny. Like, dude, like, I'm sure women get butthurt and stuff, but like
we're all men here, by the way.
You get over
we
it.
need a woman.
Like, women get all butthurt, but like, you get over it, dude. Like, too bad, so sad. Like, don't hate the player, hate the game.
At the end of the day, dude, hate the game. Nice. But the reason I brought it up was because, or like I wanted to talk about it, was because I was reading, like, I'm seeing all over, like, Kotaku, IGN, like, GameSpot, stuff like that. Even in the comments, people are just like, I'm guessing they're female gamers, but they're like, oh, you know, it's unfair that women are always, you know, like braless or, like, wearing, like, scantily clad clothing, and it's just unfair, yada, yada. And people were putting articles up saying, like, oh, is sexism a big deal, but, like, not actually commenting on it. So I was like, fuck it, we'll comment on it. I think it's stupid because at the same time that women are wearing tight clothing or whatever, with the exception of Tomb Raider, because she's not. She's just wearing shorts and a tank top.
Look at Mortal Kombat, dude. You beat the shit out of Sonya Blade.
And at the same time, it's like you got guys. Look at Kratos. Look at Jax from Mortal Kombat. Look at, like, all the other characters. Like, they're all huge and buff and broy.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, like, what's his name from Uncharted? Nathan Drake is the Tomb Raider of the male character. He's a normal dude. He's not super buff. He's normal looking. So is like Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. It's like there's no sexism. It's just like women get away with revealing more because guys don't have boobs, but like at the same time we're like all huge and bulky, but you don't see us getting butthurt about it.
It's not that simple either, though. I mean, it's also how women are portrayed in the game. Like, they could be wearing the skimpy clothing, but they could kick a guy's ass, so she's just, strong girl. But then it's like the woman who is wearing the skimpy clothing and can't do anything and is portrayed as like an idiot just to be saved. And that's wrong, and that's why people, like, there should be more strong, powerful characters, like strong female leads in video games.
And the games that you listed that you're talking about are fine. There's really not much sexism in those games. You just listed a couple of those that weren't. But there is. I mean, you say sexism in video games. It's not even just sexism in video games. It's sexism in everything.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to bring it up, but look at Disney. I mean, there's not many strong women in Disney. The only one I can think of is Mulan. She was actually, but at the end, she like went for the guy again. So that was where the guy had to protect her. I mean, it's always the guy.
It's everywhere.
Belle's a very strong character. Beauty and the Beast.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of strong Disney female characters.
Well, even in games too, like Ride to Hell. Duke Nukem, Saints Row. It's like they're everywhere, but at the same time, they satirize sexuality in women like they do with like things with guys, like you kill everybody when you're a player, like a dude character. You bulk up, like you just there's so many things, but guys just don't take it seriously.
They don't have emotion. You know, I mean, we're very, very strong. I mean, even if it sounds like almost like a positive thing that some guys think, it's still being sexist on that part.
I do think there are games, like there are games that cause a problem, like Ride to Hell, Duke Nukem, stuff like that, where they're blatantly just throwing women under the bus. But like at the same time, it's like, how do you handle that? Besides clean it up a little bit, but like it's never gonna go away.
But I mean, it's
a joke.
That's like saying like the violence and everything. I mean,
it's because sex sells, dude.
And the thing is, if people really don't like it or if they're not buying it for it, that's the only way it's gonna change. Or it should. I mean, it's just a video game is just a concept art of the developers making it that way. It's their choice what they want to do with it, and when they do it, I mean, it's how we react to it. So. It's just like making a movie and having different things in there like that. I mean, if you don't like it, don't buy it.
And with what Rich said, I do think they need more strong female leads.
They do. I mean,
I think that's the perfect opportunity to create a new IP.
Yeah, it's starting to happen now, but it's still not exactly like prevalent in the gaming industry. It's just starting to make some headway.
You're afraid to like develop a game around a female character, it seems, because it's like, is it going to sell?
Well,
I mean, it's a new IP
I think
Ellie was on the cover of Last of Us, and that did not affect. I mean, that game sold like hotcakes.
Well, I mean, I like my opinion. I don't care if I play a girl. I know some girls that like do play video games. They actually really look for that. They're like they like playing games that they can be a woman, and they find that empowering. So I think that's great to have that. I mean, I don't care. I'll be a woman anytime.
It's even it's even an age thing.
Sexism.
Like, there are kids 10. There are kids 10 and under. It's a marketing strategy as well, because there are kids 10 and under that aren't going to play Tomb Raider because you play as a female lead, but at the same time, it's rated M. They can't play it anyways. Yeah. So it's like. That game sold really well, but even though it was considered a commercial failure just because of like they spent so much money on that game, it sold really well, but it just didn't make like all that money back and then some.
Well, did it help with the PS4 though, right?
I'm sure it did. Yeah.
Now, I just want to do something that's like really. Can you guys name your favorite woman character? Mine's gonna be different than everyone else's, but
I know Rich is gonna say Samus.
You can.
I was thinking about it.
All right, I'll go first then. If you think it. My favorite character is Clementine from The Walking Dead.
Shit.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, Clementine's good.
I
say
you want,
Ellie.
well, let me tell you
why. I say Ellie.
That's fine. The reason why I say Clementine is because when I started the game, I had these terrible thoughts. I'm like, I don't care about this girl. I really did. But after that, I was like,
yeah, exactly.
I felt for her, and I was like,
Telltale did an excellent job.
And no, I'm like, I don't care. I was making not bad decisions. I was like not caring, but at the end, I really did. So it was really good to see, and it was because of that character. So Clementine, Walking Dead.
Yep, I'm gonna say Samus.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. What are you gonna say, J-Bone? Catwoman?
He said Ellie.
Ooh. No, I say Ellie. I say Ellie. Ellie, because it's just God dang it, dude. That game altered my mind for video games forever, dude. You know, like that was it. So
I don't know, dude. I don't know if I have one. A favorite. I don't really have a favorite character. Like I know.
Well, what one did make a good impression on you? You don't have your best.
The chick, I don't remember her name. The one from the game Breakdown for original Xbox that I've been trying to get everybody to play. It's so good. I don't remember like much about it. I remember certain cutscenes still, and it's been like over 10 years. I still remember certain cutscenes like clear in my head, like playing them and like what happened. But I don't remember her name. It's like the one who got away.
I almost said Aerith, by the way.
Aerith? Hold on, let me.
Who's Aerith?
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. What's the Final Fantasy X's main chick?
Yuna.
Yuna. Yeah, she's really good too.
She is.
So, but I think
it's actually probably a good time. J-Bone, you ready?
Yeah, I was born ready. I got my phone ready, dude.
We got this.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
This breakdown. Chris just brought up a picture of breakdown. We're starting this new thing with J-Bone. He's gonna do a quick rapid fire of news.
Call it fire.
Fire breathing dragging.
Oh no! By the way, her name was
Alex
Henriksen. Was the chick from Breakdown?
The chick?
That was one of my
Wasn't
favorites.
that also Alex in Half-Life too?
No, different Alex. She looked.
No, but no, I'm saying like it wasn't there also an Alex.
There was an Alex. Yeah, the chick was Alex. Yeah, they actually kind of look almost the same.
Same model.
No, but the reason, by the way, I bring that up is because I haven't felt so attached to a character like that. Breakdown was an awesome game. Like they did a lot of really cool things.
But Breakdown 2 was made by different teams, right? And it sucked.
There was no Breakdown 2. There was only one. It was released by Namco. It was straight up total Japanese game, but it was first person shooter, and what it did was trying to revolutionize the first person shooter by making you actually like bend over to pick up ammo or bend over to like actually like your fists do everything. When there's no like hit square and the door opens, like your guy will grab the door and open it. Like it was really immersive. So that helped with the storytelling, and the storytelling in that game was so fantastic.
Wait a minute, I thought there was a Breakdown 2. I thought there was like Breakdown something.
No.
Whatever.
On that topic, while you're
back to our new
hot and ready to go, J-Bone. We're gonna start.
J-Bone's hot and ready.
J-Bone's hot and ready. We're gonna start a new segment.
Hot and ready news and theories,
show.
I guess.
Yeah, because J-Bone loves his.
Sponsored by Little Caesars.
Sponsored by.
J-Bone loves his Metal Gear theories and all his conspiracy theories and stuff like that. So we're gonna start on every show. We're gonna have a quick 2-minute segment called J-Bone's Rapid Fire News and Theories.
We got to get that sound effect from Metal Gear in there before we start sucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time.
And him like Metal Gear. Metal Gear. All right, so these will be. I have about 8 items on this list. Some of them will be fact and some will be theory. All right, fact. On Monday, July 28th, one of last year's most acclaimed games, The Last of Us, will come to the theatrical stage in Los Angeles for a special one-night-only performance. This one-time-only performance will be staged at the Broad Stage in Santa Monica on the July 28th on Monday at 7 p.m. There will be a performance by Gustavo Santaolalla with Neil Druckmann and cast discussing with the game and unveiling the release. You can watch on Twitch and YouTube, which will be exciting. I'm gonna probably watch that because fuck yeah, you can't go wrong with a live performance. Anyways, you can't go wrong with live performance. Number 2, Last of Us was remastered. Last of Us Remastered was seen in Walmart shelves already. So I don't know if
somebody already bought it.
I don't know if you can buy it or if they just have it ready, but they can't release it. Obviously, they're targeting 1080p, 60 frames a second, which I guess they have achieved. If frame rate drops a little bit, that's probably due to just a lot of shit going on at once. But they said
of course, there's never. I mean, especially with consoles, there's always frame rate drop. I don't care what you say.
60 is going to be good. They said 1080p, 60 frames a second, said to have been a real challenge for the developers, with multiplayer shown Thursday on their Twitch stream for more content. They said it's, quote, the multiplayer for the remastered version is, quote, it's better than ever. Also, GameStop is having a Last of Us trade-in for 50% off for if you take the PS3 version of Last of Us and you trade it towards your PS4 copy of the remastered, you get 50% off that copy. But it's only from, I think, the 27th or 28th of this month to the 31st.
How does that work? You have to just go in and do it on that day?
Yeah, on these select dates. You know, if you do it on August 1st, you're SOL. Okay.
Oh, looks like I might do that.
Yeah.
So wait, you trade something in?
50% off.
You trade in your PS3 copy of Last of Us towards the remastered, and they'll give you 50% off.
Woo!
Which the game is $50. It was $60, but they lowered it to $50.
So $25.
So $25 towards trade-in.
And if you have the steelbook case, you just need to trade in the disc. They don't need the case.
Yeah, exactly. Some people were saying that they really want their steelbooks and stuff like that. Naughty Dog is currently exploring ideas for a sequel to The Last of Us. Community strategist Arne Meyer has revealed, telling Video Gamer that failing to consider options for The Last of Us 2, quote, it would be a disservice to ourselves and our fans if we do not consider ideas for a sequel. I said, quote, I think we will always make a smart decision in that all of our games are self-contained stories, so they don't have to continue if we don't want them to, or if there's no reason for them to continue. Meyer explained while discussing ideas for a sequel, it really comes down to is there something interesting in the universe we've created that we want to continue to explore, or is it something that we can get the entire team passionate about? Is it something that we can get the creative directors excited about and that we could continue moving forward with it? So, you know, just getting something like to spark their interest for a sequel, I think would be fucking...
There's going to be a sequel. There's no way there's not going to be a sequel.
I mean, it's such a good game, and they're going to sell, like, hotcakes.
Well, they're getting rid of Uncharted. So, I think they are. I think that's my theory, is this is the last
prediction? Uncharted is done?
Prediction, Uncharted, this is the final one.
Yes, it is.
You know what? We should start some bets on this.
They confirmed it?
Yeah, it is. Nolan North, I think, confirmed he slipped it or something like that.
What's your bet, Rich? What's your bet?
We could do, like, points, or we could do bets. We can do whatever.
Oh,
or you can just give me all your money now.
We also need to talk about our raffle, which is next. If you guys didn't know, we are doing a raffle. This is week 2, so if you didn't get the first clue, you should listen to episode 10. This is episode 11. Remember what we're doing for our raffle is if you win, it'll be after, you could use it after our 4th podcast of this is our 2nd one of the clues. After all 4 clues are revealed, you will be able to message us. It's a private message, so not everyone hears it. And if you get the answer correctly, you'll go into this raffle. In this raffle we'll pick one winner, and with this winner they get to choose a $20 gift card to Steam, Microsoft, even the Wii if we want to do it, the Nintendo Shop, just any $20 gift card involved video game related.
So what's clue number 2, Bob?
I don't want to mess it up because I always mess it up when I say the clue. Do you? I'll do it. Okay, fine. I just don't want to say. I don't want to ruin everything. Okay, I'm not going to say what our first one, but our second clue. This character is in a first-person shooter. Okay.
Oh,
the character.
Get down.
Yes.
So from last week's clue was this character is not a man.
No, we don't talk about it. They have to listen to it. Last episode. Remember?
Well, you already said it, so it's done.
Well, if you heard it, you got lucky.
Yeah.
You got lucky.
And what is the overall? So it's who is this character?
Who is this character?
Okay.
So we have 2 more. I guarantee the next one will add a lot more light to it. So, and the 4th one should. You're gonna have to think about it. It's not gonna be rocket science.
And remember, in order to be eligible to win the raffle, you need to be a subscriber on Talk Gaming YouTube and post a comment on episode. I think it'll be 13 when we actually have the final.
Episode 13.
Episode 13 will be the final guess. The final hint, and then you can start guessing. So leave a comment on the channel, and you'll win some free money. Yeah, basically. So
basically,
you can't go wrong.
Episode 14 will reveal it, and you have to be in before. It's probably going to be on the Tuesday so when it comes out. So you guys need to make sure it's not going to be the first person that does it. It's just going to be whoever does it in that week. Just make sure you message us the correct answer, and then you could win. That's a bonus.
Next one. Battlefield Hardline delayed to 2015. Q1.
Yeah, I posted that
The
today.
developer said that the reason for the delay was improvement in multiplayer innovation, single-player story depth, and stability.
Yep, they're not happy with it, dude.
No, they're not.
Well, that's
A lot of people weren't happy with it, and they,
well, I mean,
based on the feedback.
It's kind of see, we'd probably get it. Me and Chris would probably get it. We play it. We'd have a good time. I mean, but it's really essentially the same thing. They need to add more. They need to do more stuff. They need to make sure it runs a lot smoother. It's not a complete game yet. It's just it's almost like a DLC pack, I would say.
A broken DLC pack.
Yeah, a broken
Doom to be shown at the new Doom game to be shown at QuakeCon 2014. Developer said it's going back to its roots, and there will be no generative health.
They showed 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
And they said it looked awesome.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, it was like straight up old school. Like instead of like what they did with Doom 1 and 2 is it was like straight up fast combat, you know. And Doom 3 was a corridor shooter where it was just really dark, really slow,
Almost horror, like a real horror.
Yeah, like survival horror kind of thing. But this one, they said they're going straight back to it. You get health and you get armor. There's no rechargeable health. You got to get health packs, and you just running and gunning.
You think it's gonna be like
old school, right
kind of
there.
like what Wolfenstein? You think it'll be
Yeah.
as good as Wolfenstein? Like
I think it'll be more fast paced.
yeah, I hope it's a little. I definitely like. I was kind of a little upset about Wolfenstein when I first started it, but after I got after I got into it, I really enjoyed
I'm thinking
it. What do
it'll
you
be
think?
like a mix of Wolfenstein and Serious Sam.
J-Bone, have you played Wolfenstein yet?
No, I was thinking about starting that tonight.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I am.
I haven't played Wolfenstein yet. I should.
You still gotta be bound by flame.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
theories. My theory
Right
here. MGS V TPP, the Phantom Pain. All right, David Hayter. I am a Day-lever. It's a cross between a David Hayter believer. I believe that he'll be in the.
Did you make
game.
that up?
Yes, I did right on the spot. I just thought about that. I was thinking about words that I could. That was quick thinking, actually.
He's so happy about this.
I am. David Hayter is I believe he's going to be in the Phantom Pain. His Twitter, he said, "quote a day in the cave, a day in the cave." After freaking out on Twitter, he posted like, "I'm not in Metal Gear V," or "I'm not in Metal Gear like whatever," but he never said Metal Gear Solid V, whatever. Got a call from Konami to maybe delete that tweet, maybe. And the word cave could mean voice recording booth. There are a few voice recording companies with the word cave in it. For example, Cave Recordings, Sound Cave Productions, Blue Cave Studios. Maybe it's an insider voice actor slang for voice actors to say the word cave. All right.
Bam, dude! Look at that. Jiggle's on his game.
Yeah. This is actually fact. Kojima has confirmed that players can acquire nuclear weapons from Mother Base in the Phantom Pain, so that's gonna be cool how to utilize them for maybe different.
You think he's actually gonna use you're gonna actually be able to use a nuke?
I don't think you'll be able to use it. I think you'll be able to use it as like advantage towards power or something like that.
Okay.
Like
That song makes more sense
yeah,
now.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The Guardian had an interview with Hideo. This is fact. The Guardian had an interview with Hideo Kojima, and they slipped a Phantom Pain release date on March 17th, 2015. Then quickly changed it to, quote, early 2015. March 17th is a Tuesday, which is when Entertainment is released, and is exactly 1 year later from Ground Zeroes' official release date of March 18th, 2014.
Wow.
Yep. Last but not least, Batman Arkham Knight. Zafar Koban, lead animator at Rocksteady Studios, in an interview seemed to suggest that Nightwing would be one of the bad guys trying to take down Batman. Many fans thought it was an accidental slip of the tongue and reveal and possible mix-up of Nightwing and Arkham Knight.
Yeah, I was going to say
Arkham Knight
Nightwing is Robin.
Yeah,
after he takes over
Dick Grayson. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he maybe slipped up that said like the Arkham Knight is Nightwing, and Nightwing is the Arkham Knight, or maybe there was a mix match.
What could it mean, J-Bone?
Yeah, what do you think? I'm really confused now. Of
I
what
wouldn't
you're talking about.
I wouldn't want them to make,
Because Nightwing was a playable character in Arkham City, but only for the combat bouts, where you go through the matches, not actual single story, campaign stuff. So it could be a possibility. There was also a sign about relating to someone in the DC universe who was the owner of this sign or this building was a woman, and this woman had deep love relationship with the Green Lantern. So maybe the Green Lantern, possible tie-ins with maybe Green Lantern, maybe Superman. A lot of people think that Superman might swoop in and be like, hey,
see you next time.
Hey, Bruce, you need some help? I'm here, and he'll be like, no, I don't need help, and then fly back to Metropolis. But
Do you think they're gonna connect?
And they'll show that whole scene. They'll show him fly all the way back.
I don't know. I wouldn't be a big fan of that.
I would, but I wouldn't. Like I would, if they do it right. I guess you can say, but
the only thing I would like about it is like if they could make a new Superman, and that would be like kind of like bringing this tie-in. But I would not like him in the game. If that makes any sense.
No, what that would do is basically say we're making a Superman game now.
They should just tell me that instead of putting it in the game.
No, but that's their way of like saying, we're making the game. It's like
a teaser,
or
a demo.
Oh, a demo.
That brings me to point number 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever we're on.
But that's it. That was the end of the list.
So I posted in Talk Gaming real quick. I posted in Talk Gaming a thing that everybody got on. It had like 18 likes, 27, 30 comments, something like that. People were all over the idea of developers releasing demos for their games on the demo discs for like Game Informer never did demos, but like official Xbox Magazine, PlayStation Magazine, Nintendo Power, RIP, rest in peace.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Magazine.
Demos. What do you think? Could we have saved $30-$40 instead of like buying or getting a demo disc instead of with the Phantom Pain on it instead of actually buying Phantom Pain? We could have got Phantom Pain on a demo disc. Think about that.
Yeah,
think of things we could have got on demo disc.
Well, pre-ordering Metal Gear Solid 5 will give you access to Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
For example.
Or if it's a official Xbox Magazine exclusive or a PlayStation Nation exclusive, then you buy the magazine and you get a demo disc that has Phantom Pain on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, but if they consider Phantom Pain a demo, I mean, how like Xbox and all that other stuff, they do have demos that you can download the games.
They do, but they're not true demos.
It's getting less and less and less. Now it's like they're releasing betas for online games. That makes sense because you need to test the online structure, make sure everything's going in.
Yeah.
But for single player games with single player combat, single player gameplay mechanics, you can't go download every single game as a demo, and you're kind of stuck. You have to buy the game or rent the game before you want to,
The thing is with prices being $60, what they are now, I think the developers owe it to the gamers to release some sort of a demo, because not only does it, like give people the incentive to actually buy the product if they like it, but if the game turns out to be like Duke Nukem, a huge steaming pile of shit, then you played the demo and you're like, no, I'm not gonna buy that game.
But why would that?
It's a try before you buy. It's $60. It's not.
Yeah,
not everybody has $60.
Well, that makes sense. But I think
I think that's where they're going with this PlayStation Now thing, though. Like maybe if they'll have a service to where you can try before you buy.
Actually, here's something interesting.
Digitally though. But I like the physical. I like that when you buy a magazine, you feel that hard like disc.
Yeah,
in the
dude.
back.
Remember that? The satisfaction, dude.
It's
you're
the
just
satisfaction.
Like, and you don't know what's in there. You're like, oh, what's on this month? So then you open it up and you're like, oh, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. Like you just like freak out,
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember.
But that was
PC Gamer
you gotta
magazine.
understand though, when we were doing that, we were not. There wasn't this big internet phase where we can just be able to check and find information all the time. We were in more of like a secluded area where we just kind of.
There was. It was just slower.
Yeah, but was it how it is now? Absolutely not. We can check on everything. We can look at reviews. We can see what people say.
Right,
we can look on YouTube and to see what it looks like gameplay. Do we actually physically get to do it?
But
no.
That's the thing is reviews. When somebody can read my review of Thief or something like that and then play it and be like, I fucking hate this game, but they could go out and spend $7.50 or $12, whatever magazine you buy, on a magazine. Not only can they read about it, but they can play the stupid game. And then be like, wow, like Chris was right or Chris was wrong. I am or I'm not going to buy this game.
I just think it's hard, though, on a demo to fully establish what you think of the game. Because, I mean, I might not like it. Like Wolfenstein, that's a perfect example because I just played it. If I only played the first 10, 15 minutes of it, I would have hated it.
That's the thing, though, is demos didn't do what the demos do now. They don't, like, give you the first quarter of the game and then you pay to unlock the rest or anything like that. That's what demos do now. Demo discs back in the day, they took like the best part of that game and they're like, bam, they threw it on a disc. They didn't give you like the first 5 minutes. They took out a chunk of the game that they thought people would think is fun. When devs cared more than they do now.
Yeah.
And they put it on a disc and they said, we are confident in this game. It shows confidence if they put that on a disc, give it to a magazine distributor, and they say, go, ship it out. We want people to play this.
My point to that is demos were the advertisement for that game.
Right.
because before the internet was out, there was really not many ways to say, hey, we're making a game, here it is. So when they put the demo disc in there, you put it in there, it built hype for the game, showed it to your friends and all that stuff. But now, exactly what Chris said is that they put high quality content on those good demos. A lot of games that come out that are shitty, those developers would never release a demo. You know why? Because they don't want you to play that demo. They want you to just buy the game and then you're done.
Just like how they don't ship review copies to IGN, GameSpot, Kotaku, stuff like that, because they don't want them to release a review like, you know, when the embargo's up before the game comes out, because then nobody's gonna buy it.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. It's like, if you don't show confidence that I'm gonna like this, I'm not gonna buy it.
Here's something interesting that's happening. Sony is now looking into early access games for their AAA titles.
Yeah, I saw that.
So basically, like the next, Uncharted or the next God of War, you can pre-order it and you'll have early access to the game or whatever. I don't know exactly how they're going to go about it. But
I think that's going to fail.
It's not. It's not.
I don't like the idea, because when I pay for an early access game,
it's going to ruin like your first like.
I want to buy a complete game.
It's different from a demo disc, because a demo disc is a finished version. It's a finished game almost.
Yes,
like
exactly.
Except it's just a chunk taken out and put on a disc. But early access is an unfinished game.
Exactly.
And
so
well,
it's
like Sons of Liberty
or 7 Days to Die or DayZ or
I mean, you say it's gonna ruin it. You said it's not gonna. It's gonna be very successful because people are gonna be able, most likely, they're gonna be able to play the game that they want. The problem is that it's not gonna be finished, and that's a huge problem that we're having. That because me and Chris are impatient, and we're like, oh sweet, I want to play this game. And we're gonna play it, and not only are we because after a game's lifespan doesn't last 5 or 6 months most of the time.
And like I said, with the demo disc, it's like you're going to play it and you're going to love it or hate it, but it's going to decide whether you're going to buy it or not. With an early access game, you're going to play it and be like, well, this game's broken. I guess I'll just wait till it comes out and then I'll just buy it to see if it's fixed.
The only thing I think I can think of that is relatively close to like a demo, quote unquote, would actually be the full game itself, and that's from like a service like GameFly. Like you get $12.99 a month and you just rent the full game. And you don't really pay $60. You're just paying, just divide it like $12.99 or $12 times divided by 30 days. What's that every day?
You think they'll ever maybe do for the first hour of a game it's gonna be $5? So it's like $5 you could play the first hour, yada yada yada.
It was some steep prices, man. They released those prices and the people who got the beta test PlayStation Now, they had to pay for those games. Yeah. Like that's bullshit.
They were we should be able to test it for free. It's a beta.
Yeah, they had to pay out of their pocket and test their games
if it would work or not. And they were ridiculously high.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. I think it costs I want to say I'll just say 13? For example 13. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13 or something like that. I could be wrong. Maybe it was like full price, more than full price. For just trying it for what was it like 7 days? Yeah. You can go on Amazon and buy the full game
for $7
if you have if you have Amazon Prime with free shipping, and you get to keep the game physical copy. There's a big fine line that you're crossing.
The game looked a lot better on the disc. Streaming it via PS Now reduces the graphical quality.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then it induces lag.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of lag.
Oh,
so it's almost like false advertising, I'd say.
And the thing about it is when you're gonna play, if you're a competitive multiplayer shooter, a multiplayer player, you're gonna have to deal with more lag because you're doing that if that game is
Well, I also think it's initiative for developers to create good keep creating good single player experiences instead of just going full on multiplayer like a lot of developers have been doing now, or just tacking on a single player Battlefield. It incentivize them to create a good single player, have people try the game out and decide if they want to buy it, and then at the same time it helps magazines like Nintendo Power stop from going under because it increases sales.
I think I really do think
it's really there's no harm in bringing back demo discs.
I think if someone brought demo disc and they were doing other things, I think currently in the state that we're at, I think it'd be all right for now, but I don't know the long-lasting appeal again. I know the only reason it would be so popular now is because we don't have it. But since we have so much stuff right now, I feel like it would not have longevity.
I feel like the only way that would work is online. Like every game is available to play. Like you can download Tomb Raider, not buy it, but you can play the first 35 minutes.
Well, I'd be cool if
not even just the first 35 minutes, but like a segment where you're just playing through the jungle.
It would be nice. Sorry, I just want to. It'd be really nice if they made everything digitally. Say it was like Game Informer and it came with the CD. You can get it, either mail or by mail, but you can actually have the digital.
Well, they do have Game Informer digital, where you subscribe to the magazine and you can just do a magazine on digital. I have that, but yeah, they could also
with a digital demo.
Yeah, and they give you a digital code to type in on PSN or Xbox Live.
I think that'd be
cool.
Bam,
they could do that. They could bring that back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They could add that, and I think that'd be more feasible.
And just modernize it.
Yeah. And that would be. I mean, the thing is, they can't make demos how they do it now. So they'd have to just do more like they used to. Where it was actually a big part of the game.
Yeah. Like that Ico demo was amazing.
Ico.
And we talked about it.
Jet Moto, Blast Chamber.
Yep.
Parappa the Rapper. Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, it'll definitely help contribute to what it was going
Bloody
on.
Roar.
I mean,
and I guess a way they can do it, instead of just releasing a demo, like a crappy demo like they are now for games on like the marketplace or whatever, or PlayStation Network, is do it for every single game.
Yeah.
Every game should be putting out a demo before the game is released, not like 6 months to a year after, like Call of Duty does. Like they release like a single player demo and then a multiplayer demo. Put that out.
Sorry, go ahead.
So put that out before the game comes out. Anyways, we gotta wrap it up. We're over time now. This is episode 11, Talk Gaming. Subscribe, leave a comment, give us some feedback. Let us know, since we talked about it some more, whether you think demos should make an appearance again in the video game world. This is Chris, J-Bone, Bob, and Rich the Seventh Sword, aka Rich Red One, the Seventh Sword. Signing out.